Hey, this is a very quick video review of the Howe Brewing Megadestroyer Imperial Licorice Stout. This is a limited edition beer. They call it the Alibi Room, and Ken Diamond present this beer. There's a little story on the side about the Alibi Room. They say this beer, the Megadestroyer Imperial Licorice Stout, is a strong, hearty stout brewed in a very limited quantity in recognition of the Alibi Room's 200th beer list. The first time I had this beer, I absolutely loved it. It's an Imperial Licorice Stout, and stouts, they can vary from being heavy to light. Guinness being a lighter stout, that's when it's more like mass consumed by the public. Or this one here, which is a very thick and heavy beer, and it's not like too heavy, but it's got a nice flavor. You can really taste the licorice in it, but it's kind of got more of like a bit of a dark licorice flavor. But if you don't like dark licorice, I think you will still like this beer because it is incredibly, incredibly smooth. And usually when I have a House Sound beer that's in one of these 1 liter bottles, I'm not really sure what the size of this is actually going to be called. Usually call like the 650s a bomber. But usually I can go through one of these in an evening, no problem, and still be a little bit tipsy. But this one here, this is like my second or third day on this one. I do drink just about maybe down to here the first day and then down to here the second day, and I'm kind of over here now. So I got quite a bit out of it. It does foam up nicely, so I don't get to pour a huge amount in it in the glass. But I really recommend this beer. Actually, I've been buying quite a bit of it, and I did mention before how it's a limited edition or limited brewed. So that means once the batch is gone, they're not going to make it again until either next year or sometimes they never do. Actually, there's been a couple beers produced by Phillips, as well as that's not tip of my tongue. It's a brewery out in Winnipeg. They brew a really good Pilsner, and they've never brewed it again. So I've been buying this quite a bit just because I don't know if it's going to be brewed again. One thing I noticed on here when I first bought it was it has 75 IBUs, which is an International Bitterness Unit. And this can be kind of misleading because a lot of India Pale Ales, they kind of gauge how hoppy and bitter the beer is going to be by that higher IBU value. And when I first saw this, I was like, oh, this is going to be a really hoppy beer. That's a stout. And Imperial Stout is really dark and heavy. It's actually not hoppy at all. Like it is incredibly smooth and incredibly refreshing. I totally recommend, if you do see this on the shelf, buy at least 2, because you're going to love the first one so much that when I went back to get this one after I had the first time, it was gone, and he said they weren't getting any more. But then I guess a shipment came, so I don't know if he was just pulling my tail so that I want to buy a lot more, or was disappointed. But I came back and saw him, and I bought 3, and this is my my last one of the 3. So I figured I'd just do a quick video on this beer, and it's excellent, and I say this is a must buy if you do come across this beer in a liquor store or a beer store, wherever you are living. I guess bye for now, and we'll see you again when I do my next review.